Hi guys,
Hello, people.
I'm Milena,
Lola.
and we're watching Sopranos, episode 18.
No one asked me if it feels like this is ending.
If it?
This is gonna be our intro every time now we played an episode. Like, what do you mean? 18.
Yeah.
This makes no sense
The
to
thing
me.
is, I like.
What is coming after this? We need to make a poll.
I think Mad Men.
Well, we will see if only they're allowed in the comments.
There's so
And
many comments.
I know
I would
there's
be
so
honestly
many
shocked
comments.
if Mad Men. That's gonna be a shock of my life. Honestly.
Depending on like what else we put, I don't know what can be close to it.
I mean, we're gonna put a few shows that like people suggested the most next to it, but somehow to me, like I will honestly, this is gonna be the poll that's gonna shock me the most if Mad Men does not win. Really.
I understand.
So it's something that I am definitely expecting to happen next. But the thing is, such as this, we're finishing Haikyuu as well. That is also the shocking part for me because we're finishing
everything.
two long shows at the same
time.
time, basically a week apart or something like that. What do you mean?
How do we make that happen?
I don't know. But with Haikyuu, at least we know what's coming next.
Guys.
With this, we definitely
We
do
will
not.
find out.
Yes.
Anyways, after this we have 3 episodes to go.
Yes.
My God, when
I
everything
expected
can
to be
happen
2
in this
filming.
episode. Yes, 2 filmings. I expected as well.
Yeah.
I have not even a clue what can happen in this episode. Where did we leave off last?
So in the last episode we had Chris, who at the end of the episode killed the writer, his friend, because he started.
Friend is a loose term to use here.
If you ask me, he's more of a friend to him than anybody else.
I mean, true.
Even though Chris was a horrible person to him.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that the
Chris,
other guy would consider Chris
I don't think so
a friend.
either. I think the other guy would...
I mean, he's dead by Chris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that happened. And also we had the storyline with AJ where he...
God, he fell into with a wrong crowd.
What do you mean wrong?
The crowd of his father. Tony Soprano group.
Exactly. Tony is...
He is like right on the steps of Tony Soprano.
Tony is so happy, and Carmela is also so happy because she's seeing his son go out and smile.
Yeah,
and
now he appears like
and her
happier.
son is seeing people get beaten
Yeah.
or burnt, technically with acids and things.
Yeah.
So nice, pleasant. Not excited at all to see
No.
what's gonna happen in this episode.
Like this episode could be a continuation of seeing what happens with AJ in that group.
I think so.
And
yeah.
like how things escalate.
I mean, I think
or
continuation with everything. I think we're finishing off.
God,
we're
there were
closing
so
the
many
story.
things that we
There's
need to
only
see.
4 more episodes.
It's ridiculous to me.
To me as well. Like, we could see somebody fall down in this episode or something like that.
Literally someone could die.
So,
And we have no idea.
it's not gonna be Tony. I don't think it's gonna be Chris either. I think those 2 are the last ones.
I agree. So
the
like
show
legitimately Sylvia or Paulie or
Somebody else.
who else exists?
What's gonna happen with what's his name? For the love of God, it's not a friend. It's the guy.
Leotardo? Phil?
Phil.
What's gonna happen with him? Well, I think, he has inherited the New York group.
Yes, I'm wondering.
And again, I think he is literally right now the only threat to Tony
To
in that
Tony.
sense. Like that's the only thing, like that's the only way that I see Tony
I mean,
going.
maybe we're gonna see something, a bit of that storyline, like to prepare us
yes.
for the last episode.
Yes, I can believe that. I don't know. Without further ado,
Let's watch.
is there a body here? Are they gonna find the body? There's so many bodies they can find.
You can't dump here anymore. You can talk to your boss.
Always we had a dumping here.
Caballero, put the shit back in your truck.
What?
Just now find out it's asbestos you've been dumping over there.
What do you think it was?
I never asked. Tampax. Fuck do I know?
Now you know.
You and your friend there, Stefano, have been pocketing how much on this Cowboys and Indians asbestos removal?
I just wanted to cut you the bullshit. How much you figure you owed on these?
25%.
Don't be an asshole.
You know there's close monitoring at every fucking landfill.
25%. That's not gonna happen.
Got a backyard? Pool? Dump it there. My only other suggestion.
Felix showing his power.
By the guys, I'll tell you that.
I'm thinking maybe we should meet Phil's number.
Why? I think that would set a terrible precedent right now. Just bend over. When it just became boss of the family over there? Yeah, well, that's the flying ointment. Even still,
I say let him have it. Life's too short.
What, this make-believe ballroom? How many times are you gonna change the stage?
It's the Departed soundtrack's fucking killer. You got it?
Yeah, it's good.
Now, regarding Phil, I gotta ask. Whatever happened to stop and smell the roses?
You can't fight every fucking battle, right?
What's gonna happen here in the car?
These days are gift.
Every time I look at my kid, that's what I realize.
Does it look like they're gonna crash?
Please. Just that people like Phil, they're not on that page. Take those roses and stick them up your ass, stones first.
Look at the road.
This system's got no balls.
Look at the road. I mean, what do I care? What do I care?
I don't understand.
Is he realizing he's high or something?
Maybe you should go back, Heidi. Kennedy, I'm on my learner's permit after dark.
Isn't it poetic that he crashed with Adriana as well?
I'm covered.
How do you fucking start an episode like this?
I'll never pass the drug test.
Yeah, this is to know that he is back on the drugs.
Lose my license.
Call me taxi.
What do you mean taxi? What?
My heart is racing.
Що спродався?
What? How is this just happening?
We're burning an accident. Old Pumping Station Road. That's the reservoir.
Sorry about that.
My friend, how is he?
Your friend is dead. Paramedics called it in the ambulance.
Breathe in, please. Hold it.
Do you know a contact number for his next of kin?
Я не могла прати самого. Я не могла прати самого.
Hello.
Jesmo mi sigurno se ovo dešava?
Who is this? Tony, is everything okay?
Serious.
Yes, I'm in bed.
Christopher's dead.
Oh my God!
Come.
What happened?
He drove off the road and the car flipped over.
Are you okay?
I just banged my knee. You know, I went from high school. I'm fine, but he wasn't wearing a belt.
So where are you? Same class? All right.
Like last episode did feel like Chris's final thing, you know what I
I'm
mean?
like,
But
what happened in the last episode? Because to me, it did not feel like his final thing. You know what I mean? Like, sure, but like, I didn't had any feeling that the end is coming in this episode.
Mr. Steele is here.
Hey,
Mrs. Carmela said you should stay in bed.
No, the
come
actress.
up. Right here.
Who is she?
From Gossip Girl.
It's supposed to be her.
Actually, went over to Chrissy's mom's house.
Yes, where Carmela is.
Carlos, come on.
Bang.
God.
Sorry, Tony. I still can't believe it.
Hey, fucking idiot didn't have a seatbelt on. Suffocated on his own blood.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, Jesus Christ. Seems like that's the cause of death. They're gonna do a full blood test on him. See, you know, alcohol, drugs,
It did occur to me. He didn't see me high, did he?
Are you kidding? I've been furious. I would have fucking strangled him.
You've been working the program very dedicated ever since you threw little Polly out that window.
No words.
Let's not go
What
there.
a fucking
No worries.
Before that, it's better than that
psychopath.
shit. David is home.
What a monster. What a... There's not enough
He's a
words.
fucking maniac.
There's
He
not
can take
enough
that out,
words.
kid. You hear? You were right.
He knew him since he was a baby.
For fuck's sake.
Are you processing anything?
I don't know. I gotta try and get out.
It's just that like I wasn't prepared, honestly. But like technically, this is what I expected to happen.
No, yes, I agree.
It's just that like somehow to me it came beginning of the episode. You know, like I would have expected the whole episode.
It's
to be
10 a.m.
preparation.
people. I am
Literally.
having my morning
Literally.
coffee. I did
Literally.
not plan on seeing this now.
Honestly, we played this because we thought this would be easier episode. I'm so shocked.
Didn't we say before this episode Chris and Tony are not dying?
Yes, because to me, I did really. I understand what you mean. Like I'm talking now, not reading what is happening. But like I expected Chris to die. It did feel in the whole season that like he's gonna die by the end. But like somehow didn't start this episode thinking that. God, did he say something interesting?
No, Polly was talking about how like, you know, the way that he was treating him basically.
Yeah, airbags can crush the ribs when there's no other restraint.
They said he might have made it, but he didn't.
Couldn't have worn his goddamn seatbelt.
Al.
No wonder. He was wackadoo.
Al, stop it.
Ah, baloney. He leaves our granddaughter fatherless.
God.
Drinking won't help, honey. I just got a call from little Paulie. Luigi Gualtieri died. Stroke.
What the fuck is
On the
that?
bus back to the home. They'd gone to see Jersey Boys.
This is pain like I'm not used to.
We've said before he was like a son in some ways.
See him die like that, practically in my arms.
Was just starting his life.
The
Oh,
actor does
Tony.
such a phenomenal
This is
job
fascinating.
because there is
You know what?
nothing behind his eyes.
This is bullshit.
What?
I haven't been able to tell anybody this, but I'm fucking relieved. It was a tremendous drag on my emotions, on thoughts about the future.
Stop and smell the roses.
I mean, to begin with, every morning I wake up thinking, is today the day that one of my best friends is gonna dime me to the FBI? A weak, fucking, sniveling, lying drug addict? That's the worst kind of bet. The biggest blunder of my career is now gone, and I don't have to be confronted by that fact no more. And as a relative, a friend, someone you can count on,
I see.
I've murdered friends before, even relatives. My cousin Tony, my best friend, Bush.
What's happening right now? What's happening right
This?
He was dreaming. He was dreaming.
Just that part.
Was I talking about sleep?
Boring.
Yeah, no worries.
Well,
Nothing's bothering
murdered
you.
friends before. I was like, he has lost it.
Yeah, I was like, she can report this.
I don't know if you can report that. Like, you need to report if someone is gonna be.
I think even this.
Is it? I don't know.
honestly think so.
I don't think you can like report past crimes. I think you can report if you think someone's gonna do something to someone. Otherwise, this like falls into the confidentiality or something.
So hard not to think of Christopher as a child, isn't it?
Katie.
I don't think so.
Which makes it
I think it's
doubly
very easy for him.
Which makes it doubly hard.
How
Mom was
they've
shocked.
ever said those things about him? About him and Adriana? And what her mother said he did to her?
No, you're correct.
You just didn't
Two
care
things
enough.
can be true at once.
Obviously, he was violent as an adult, his upbringing, but he adored Aid.
Did you not
He
see
never let
many?
himself take her life.
Sure.
Why be so quick to blame? What is the attraction in that?
You should be quicker to blame someone else. What is happening?
But like Adriana came with a
Black and blue.
many
Black
times.
and fucking blue. I mean, they don't care about that.
You asked me. Oh my God, Tony, he's dead? Well, I thought I picked up a twinge of...
This projecting.
Say that. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, good, I'm wrong.
Maybe if you did pick up something like that, maybe it's because I was relieved that it was him and not you.
I don't feel bad about that. That makes sense.
And you know what? When you were shot, it was Christopher who held me.
You know the baby's car seat? Giant tree branch came through the window and demolished it. Mangled beyond
Is this what you're
recognition.
telling yourself, that like you did the world a favor by like putting him out of his misery? Because like if he was drugged up and
Driving
going with a child, then he would have killed this child. So now you did the right thing for the world.
I told her
What the
about
fuck is
baby
wrong with
seat so
you?
She wouldn't feel so rotten. I mean, he was high as a fucking kite. I didn't tell her that. I'm the asshole. Again.
You're so much worse than an asshole. So much worse.
What?
It's amazing how things work. Totally abandoned him as a parent. But now she's reaping all the sympathy and the tears.
How are you doing, Anthony?
There have been some hard moments, but a weak lying drug addict who fantasized about my downfall or even showed people his filthy thoughts on a movie screen? Let me tell you something. I've seen friends die before.
I've seen friends.
Even murder. My cousin Tony, they shot his face away. And I was fucking prostrate with grief. And it occurs to me, I hand carried this kid to the worst crisis he ever had. I can't go into particulars, but wives, girlfriends, they can complicate life in a major way. I don't have to tell you that. Anyway, huge problem of his own making. And he cried. He couldn't deal with it. I took up the slack. I handled it. I felt sorry for him. Now, he talked, gratitude. But guess what pity produces in the recipient? They shit on your pity. The worst part, truthfully, is I gotta sit there with people who are hurt. I gotta have the long face and the sighing and the platitudes. But I don't feel it. Then that makes me feel like a hypocrite. And that makes me mad at them.
Melfi, time to drop him. There's no fucking helping him.
Juliet is a real estate agent in your neighborhood.
And you knew Christopher?
I used to buy my meat at Satriel's. I'm a recovering addict. I owe him a lot.
That's nice to hear.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Nothing you can do.
What are you gonna do?
My point.
He loved you so much.
Yeah?
Well, you know he did.
And hated you just the same.
I'll go play. Fucking James Brown now. Serious, I can't take it.
It's all right. We're here for you.
We're here for you.
God, look at this. Like a movie star.
Jackie Kennedy.
Oh, that's what episode's called, Kennedy.
I'm sorry for losing your customer.
Don't let this linger on your head now. You know what I'm talking about.
You know that night? The tree limb came into the car window, completely destroyed the baby seat.
You guys are gonna hang a while, right? We really should.
I am rendered speechless. Wait, who died? They said a name, but did you see the woman's face?
Honestly, they don't look like Polly's mom. I don't know.
I gotta get out of here.
Thanks for coming.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Polly.
How you hanging in, Pauluch?
As well as can be expected.
It must be very hard for you. I know how close the two of you would become again.
Oh my god, it is his mother.
Yeah.
That's the name of the woman that they sent.
The room is beautiful, Polly.
Nobody's in it. What kind of testament is this to the spirit and generosity of the woman? Fundamental lack of respect, and I'm never gonna fucking forget it.
Jesus, Paulie, people your mother's age, their friends die off.
What, she outlived Sil, Carlo? They're all over there with your nephews.
Yeah, but...
Councilman Cirillo was here 3 minutes. I clocked him.
Antonio was about to say, I'm gonna go there.
I got 500 prayer cards.
How have you been dealing with it?
It's really sad, but it's kind of the same as with Blanca. I mean, I don't really just keep thinking about things the way I did, over and over, you know?
Well, did you finally enroll?
I'm in a few classes, officially, until my transcript clears from Ramapo. I'm beginning English. Oh, and I went to a class on the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
I see a
It's
lot.
so dicked up over there. And no one knows who started it.
Are you sleeping?
What, in class?
No. You were having trouble, remember?
I mean, now he's going and like selling or like betting.
Who's your next battle? Kick the ass.
I'm hearing good things about the Alexa project.
Take it, Faisal. Long John shithead.
A kid in my South American lit class, he had his toes amputated. Said it was an accident with his car battery. Acid burnt right through his shoe.
Girl, move.
I would think you are so
Fucking
psychopaths.
move. Who laughs at this?
Literally. What's funny?
At least somebody feels like eating.
She doesn't know.
You busy?
Usual shit. Some Japanese guy got a Supra with a Cirque du Soleil.
Listen, I need a suite.
So all the guys coming out?
No, I'm solo.
Private jet. God, I hope you gamble away everything. Like, God, I
That
hope you
bring
have
me a lot of
nothing. I
happiness.
hope you have nothing left.
33, black, odd. No more bets. 5, red, odd.
I'm still not even processing what we're watching in this episode.
It's hard to imagine for a poet, but Wordsworth was as rich and popular as, say, someone like John Grisham.
It's the material world. Were we here?
Yeah.
Was that the pool?
I think so.
I didn't want to be in the vicinity where Tony was. Like, I just think it's bad energy.
So you never want to go and visit New Jersey then?
That's a lie. I won't go and visit New Jersey because of the Sopranos. I have said a complete lie. I'm just too disgusted by him too.
I know this
Thing.
actress
Oh
as
my
well.
God, me too. She's from the show something.
She's
Person of
also-
interest or...
Yes, but also I think Albert.
Except, you're more beautiful than he let on.
Really?
Talked about you a few times, told me what I wants to look you up.
Did he? You want a drink or something? I got some Pinot Grigio in the fridge. Uh-oh.
It's about Christopher. He's dead.
What?
It's a car accident. Happened a couple days ago.
Oh my God. That's fucking awful.
Sorry.
What happened?
Bad wreck. High speed. He was killed instantly. Somehow, I walked away.
Jesus, that must have been scary. Married that one girl and then left him.
No. Found a real sweetheart, though, Kelly, and they just had a baby girl.
Maybe that's good, you know? I mean, bad that he left her, but good that he left something. Extremely cool you coming over here. I appreciate that. How long are you here for?
I don't know. Just playing as I go.
Are they gonna like sleep together?
I mean, that was my first thought.
And like why?
When he went into...
Why, girl?
Literally why.
Why, girl?
We're working on it, John. Trying to negotiate it out, but the asshole's taking a hard line for now. Just hang in there. Let me do my thing.
All right.
Definitely enough.
Me? You open the door, you don't look at doors. Shit, you wrecked my fucking door. And you did that to your own door.
Not even joking, please run. They're fucking murderers and
Look
psychopaths.
at my fucking bike.
Please run away.
You saw it. Fuck you, nigga.
Please run away.
I am not a nigger. I am from Somalia. I go to school and I wreck. Do not call me a nigger. So you're some terrorist piece of shit. Either way, motherfucker, you're in the wrong neighborhood.
God.
AJ, for the love of God. Look who you can turn up to be. Girl, this makes no sense. Why? And why would you ever?
This is the new shit. Metal free, mellow, paranoid free. Oh, Chris left the party.
What's your point?
Nothing. You just remind me of him, obviously.
Hey, what's that when I fuck like him?
So much for paranoid free. Oh, you were his friend, that's all. All I'm saying.
You legitimately came here to her that was connected to Chris.
That I don't run into on campus.
I'm the type. This coming from a girl who's stripping her way through college.
She's in college and you're sleeping with a college girl.
Surprise. Chris sometimes talked about some sad shit, but you seem, I don't know, actually sad.
Not right now, I'm not. Jesus,
He
this is
seems
some pretty
actually
fucking
sad.
Amazing dope. Chris said you two took peyote together.
Yeah.
What the fuck is peyote?
I mean, I haven't done buttons in a while, though.
You know, I've been thinking, why the fuck I'm here?
You can get to that place.
Truth is, I always wanted to try that shit. But I always had all the responsibilities.
God.
I'm not here. Yeah, I'm away. What do you want?
What do I want? I'm returning your call.
I think this got nothing to do with asbestos. Why don't you let go of the old shit? Be a businessman. You got everything you want.
Not everything. Allow me to express my condolences regarding your nephew.
This is me hanging up.
Phil, I heavily dislike you, but drag him to fucking filth.
You know, people walk around like this is all something. We're fucking laughing. Nobody takes even 1 second to think about what's really going on.
You sound depressed again.
I mean, how can anybody not be? And you'd have to be fucking nuts not to be. I mean, you'd have to have your head wedged so far up your ass that all you could see is your own stupid face. I mean, everything is so fucked up. I mean, why can't we all just get along?
You don't have to chew it. You just wash it down like a pill.
It's not AJ. Like AJ is the only person that I like have a smidge of hope for. I just need him to leave the people.
I lost
Like
the hope, honestly. I have no hope for AJ.
Yeah, devil, I think so.
One more bets. 24. Much appreciated.
Can you put it in the middle?
No more bets. 24. Again.
What?
Oh, beautiful. We're contaminating the lake. Beautiful. Why not? God.
I get it!
God. The end. Can't believe it.
I can tell you many things that I expected playing this episode. Not this. Literally not this. I mean, phenomenal episode.
I agree.
Shocking. I am beyond words. Just like we were having our morning coffee and we were thinking what to play today. Like, let's start with something easier.
The thing is, it more. What was interesting in this episode, in my opinion, that it more concentrated on Tony's perception of Chris's death and like him killing him, than on Chris's perception of
I think
dying by Tony's hands. You know.
I think now last episode, in hindsight.
The previous episode.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, like it holds much more weight than it. Even though like originally it was a phenomenal episode for Chris's character, now it holds even. Now I want to rewatch it back because it feels like there's more. We should have watched it together.
Yes, in my opinion,
we should have watched it together. I agree.
I think the beginning would
it would not be as shocking somehow.
Yeah.
I agree, yes. But people had a week.
Yeah. God. Honestly.
I'm not even sure what to say. I didn't
think this was what I was gonna talk about.
Not at all. Not at all. Like, legitimately, I think our intro was like, someone might even die in this episode. And I think you said, I know who's not gonna die, Tony and Chris. I think that's gonna be by the end. So we're like maybe Sylvie or Paulie. No? In the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
In the first 3 minutes. Yeah. This is... God, I love The Sopranos. What an insane thing. I mean, nothing was insane in terms of like this was all, nothing came out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Like everything was established from season 1, you know?
No,
and the progression of Tony's character, like I feel like at some point, I don't know if we said this, but like I'm sure at some point I was thinking in season 2 or 3, however bad Tony is, like I didn't think he would in this way hurt Chris, like to actually kill him. I always thought like he was gonna hurt him,
well,
you know, in the line of work that they're in
yes,
and like
but, like,
mentally and everything. But like I feel like at some point, like maybe we even said that this is not something that I could see from him during season 2, maybe 3, I don't know. But at some point his character really started to deteriorate to the point where this type of a thing seemed not only possible but seemed more likely.
Probable.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think it's been like we have watched his progression through seasons, and I think even our theories of how Chris would die changed through seasons. I think even in the beginning of this season, like at least I said that like he's gonna die because he's gonna overdose, but like it's gonna be because he's so hurt by Tony or something like that. Let's say like he would overdose in the previous episode because like we got that moment in the previous episode where he was so hurt and shocked by all of them, as Tony on top of it, you know. The way they disrespected him, the way that they laughed at him, the way, like all of it, you know. And so like what I expected at that moment was for him to die, overdose and die, you know. But through the season and like how we saw Tony change and reveal who he really is, who he really became, you know. Like something like this seemed as where the show is gonna go. He is gonna be the one who is gonna kill Chris by his own hands.
Yeah.
And like I can't say that it's shocking to me. I like I said, I think the only shocking part for me was that like I didn't expect it in that moment, that it came out of nowhere in that second. It was like again the beginning of the episode. Maybe it would feel differently again if we combine those two together. I like the previous one and this one. Maybe it would feel a bit differently because, like you said, the previous episode was very big for Chris' character. But I even like that the show did not focus on Chris, that it focused on Tony, because again, Tony is our main character, and it's like I would say there was no going back 3 seasons ago, but like somehow with this
monstrosity. What? No, where are you going?
Yes, but not monstrosities, like thing. Monstrous thing.
Yeah.
That he did.
Yeah.
It's like he cemented.
Yeah, I think I think the two of us have lost sympathy a while back, but I feel like if there was anyone clinging to the tiniest bit of sympathy, this episode, I feel like David Chase
I think the show wanted...
I think David Chase was just like, let me show you, black on white, if you didn't get it until now, let me show you what type of man this man is. And that there is no hope, there is no saving him, this is who he is, there is nothing else to do.
Yes, that's what
like
I mean.
Let me just cement it. It's similar to like what happened in 307, was it? Like when he wanted to remind you who these people were when he killed the 306. When he
never gonna forget that episode. The first episode of my fucking life.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And the thing is, like, I listened to the song King's Living on a Thin Line daily. Literally, and it's from that episode. So, like, every time I have to think about that episode for a second, I'm like, please stop. Because I don't want to be reminded of it. But, like, that's where I heard it. And it's a great song. But, like, similarly to how that episode was used to, like, show you who the people you are watching are. And how there should be no sympathy given to them. How awful they are. It seemed like the last bit of, if you didn't think it by now,
that's why
this is who this person is,
and like there is no going back. Honestly, like I think that is what the writers wanted.
Literally,
like David Chase.
I want to see his death scene with fucking popcorns. You know what I mean? Like I don't even think, like to like compare to Breaking Bad, because at a certain point, like I have come to the moment with Walter White as well, where I despised everything about him, was like waiting for him to die and was rooting for that in many ways. When it came to that, you know, I felt like I could cry for him, let's say.
I bawled my fucking eyes out.
Like there was, you know, he recognized
I think
his mistakes and not mistakes, but like he just recognized who he is. Yeah, like completely different characters, but this is what I mean. Like for Tony, they really differentiate. Because like for Tony, I'm gonna sit here and watch his death scene and like I'm gonna cry from relief. Literally. I feel like that's the only way that I can cry watching him die. Because he's a monster.
I mean,
with no redeeming qualities.
I completely agree, but for me at least, again, I could still feel empathy for him. Like a few episodes ago, let's say, like when he would talk to Junior or something like that, something that reminds me of his past and his like the episode with Janice or something. I did feel empathy, and at that point, I did know like how horrible person he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I can't say that he's cemented, because like the entire time I know who he is. He is a psychopath right now. He has no feelings, no empathy towards anybody. He is the most selfish person I have ever seen on a show. So like it's not like I'm a delusional. I just think the story is so well written that like even with how disturbing and horrible he is, I was still, it's similar to Chris as well, to me at least, because even though I said I would never feel empathy for him after Adriana died because what he did to her, and with how much empathy I felt towards her because of how he betrayed her, I still, whenever he had the scenes with Tony and reminded me of that, I still felt empathy towards him, and I even thought that like his death scene, I'm gonna feel sad for him. So like I think that it's very interesting how the show made in the last episode. I think that's also very interesting. In the previous episode, we got so many scenes of his, and we felt for Chris, and then he killed his friend. It's like another reminder that like show wants to show you this is who this person is. Yes, he did became like this because of this and this, this did affect him tremendously, and he cannot escape Tony, but look what he just did to an innocent person.
I think the show doesn't like that seemed not weird. It's like I'm not used to it in shows. Like I feel like when characters die, you would usually have like this emotional thing about the character dying.
It's gonna be similar to
but like I don't think the show does not want to. They're awful people.
No,
the show is aware they're awful people. The show is not even giving you.
I agree.
An emotional thing to feel about them. Like you can feel emotions because like they have really built why these characters are the way that they are.
Absolutely.
But like the show doesn't show sympathy towards
them. That's what I want to say. Like the show will show you through episodes.
Yeah, like they will explain to you why they are the way they are.
And then they're gonna show you who he is right now, and like you should not cry for this person right now because this person is dead because of him. So like why does he deserve to live if he just like killed a person a second ago?
God, and I'm just like thinking about that last episode, and like again, just knowing that in the next episode he dies, that last episode now to me is like completely, like took on a completely different meaning. Like the second that he killed his friend, I thought that scene was so well done in terms that it was like so quiet. Like I can't remember what his friend was telling him exactly, but like he said okay and just turned around so calmly and like shot him after like this display of emotions and telling him everything about the people that he has killed, for this man that does not care, for these people that don't care about him. Like he said everything and then just so calmly sort of like resound, just like shot his friend. And it feels, I don't know how to say it, like it feels very connected to his character in terms of like at that point when he's shooting his friend, he is so he has accepted his fate and his undoing.
Absolutely.
Like when he shoots him, that's how he appears. And so
absolutely.
then the next scene basically with him is him dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of it all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like it's so incredibly done. I think like rewatching everything back, knowing everything that we have gone through, I think the show just has even so many more it feels like the show's gonna be better on rewatch even. Like just knowing the full story, knowing where we're gonna go.
Yes.
I just think everything has been so incredibly well done. Like even the fact that that this episode was not even about Chris.
That's what
because
I was
like
saying.
nothing like even Chris's character was not about Chris, it was about Tony, and everything in the show is about Tony's selfishness. Everything about the show is about Tony making it about himself. And so like of course even this episode with Chris's death is about Tony.
But like yes, but like I also think it's about the fact that like at the end of the day, Chris is a horrible human being who you should not cry for, if you understand what I mean. Like the show didn't give him that. Again, just because we empathize with him and everything he felt for Tony and how Tony betrayed him in every single second, doesn't make that okay for him to be who he is. Doesn't make that like his actions okay.
Yeah.
So like he does not get that emotions that like Adriana got from all of us. Like that sympathy for dying, like unrightfulness.
I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but I have nothing better to give. I think there's someone.
You know what I mean? Like injustice. Yes, injustice. Whatever. Feeling of injustice happening and being angry at every single person around and hurt for her. Chris doesn't get that, nor should he. Nor is, in my opinion, Tony gonna get that. Like Walter White did get that a bit in the end because again he different character, but like he accepted who he was. And accepted all his mistakes and realized that they were mistakes. Tony is not gonna get it. We got the show gave us scenes for us to empathize with him through the whole show, even season 6. But at the end, he's gonna die the way that he lived it. Like he's a horrible human being, and he's gonna die that way, and that's it. Like I don't think, just like with Chris, I don't think we should feel sad.
And the show does not want you to feel sad. Like the show is not even gonna make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? Because
he just died in the first 5 minutes.
This is what I mean. Like they don't make big deals about these things, which is like it seems so weird from like a standpoint of like this is a show.
Yeah, right.
But like it feels much more real and unsympathetic towards the characters because they don't deserve it. Again, the show has shown you enough of like why they are the way they are for you to understand, and you can feel sympathetic towards it. But like the show is telling you doesn't matter. They still were awful people, and this is what they get, and we're not even gonna dwell on this. We're not gonna sit here and feel for this. They show you that for Adriana. Because there is something to feel there.
Exactly.
For everyone else,
I agree.
There's nothing to feel sympathetic about.
Absolutely. Even like Vito, like the entire time we were feeling sympathy towards him, and then he came back. And not only that he came back, he shot an innocent guy
on his way back.
On his way back in the head for what?
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to kill him.
No.
But he decided to. So that made us not feel sympathy towards him when he died.
Yeah.
Like all the, like it's like
it was such a horrible act about why he dies and everything, and like it's unfair.
You understand, it's unfair.
But like I don't feel sad.
I mean, it's unfair. Like Chris was killed by the person that he loved the most in this world. Hated, sure, but also had some form of love.
Like it was the most toxic form that you could possibly imagine, but like
still it was
again to give him the death of him knowing that man is physically killing him. Like he was aware, he knew that this man, that like he told to Adriana that he's gonna go to hell for this man.
Just like Adriana died knowing that like he betrayed her.
Yeah.
And she's dying because of him.
Yeah.
So like I feel like somehow it feels appropriate. Yes.
And it feels like, I don't know if it's like there is a parallel. Last time Tony was in a car accident was with Adriana. So like maybe there was like some type of also parallel being drawn there that also like kills him in a way, but like those first 5 minutes, I could not process a single thing that was happening because I was like, it looked like they were gonna crash.
Yeah.
Every time you have a car scene and someone is like fidgeting with something and not looking at the road, they're gonna crash like that. And the way they were filming it,
And the way
felt
that, like,
weird.
Even Tony was looking at Chris, and Chris's face was somehow just like looking away. You know, like
I thought in that moment we were supposed to realize that Tony now realized that Chris is high. You know, in my mind, this is how the things were gonna go. Like, he now realizes he is high, and then he's gonna be like, this is gonna be a liability to me. And in some episodes, he kills him because of that, you know? And I just thought this is the start of it. Like, that's where my mind was going.
Yeah, I agree.
And then they crashed. And again, I just thought it was gonna be the thing about, like, Tony realizing that, like, Chris almost, like, got him killed because he's high or whatever. And, like, at a certain point, like, Tony is gonna want to get rid of him because of this.
But no, Tony was about to call 911 because Chris was begging for a taxi, cab, help. But he was puking blood, you know, so like he needs an ambulance.
Yeah.
And he was calling 911 and looked at Chris with like the coldest look I have ever seen, basically.
That was like demonic.
I was honestly so like
the way that he was looking while he was choking him, like, again, I think he's a monster and a psycho. I somehow even like seeing his face there, it was worse than I ever thought. Like, it was unbelievable to me. And the fact that and it was very clear the very second that he looks at the baby car, like the seat or whatever, and then strangles him. It's so very clear that he is just finding an excuse in his mind. He does not give a shit. He does not give a shit if like the baby was gonna like get harmed or like could potentially be harmed by Chris. Doesn't care at all. But like, here is his excuse to the universe about why this is a better thing to do, about like how he is actually doing the right thing because Chris is like a drug addict and useless and like could get his child killed and is a liability because he can talk about him. Like, he can tell himself all of these things. He is killing Chris because like Chris, I mean, there's so many multitude of reasons. Like, Chris sees him kind of as he is. Like, he made this whole movie also about who Tony is. Like, he despises Chris for so many of those reasons, and so he just wants to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But like, he's gonna keep looking at that car seat. He's gonna keep telling people that like there was a car, the car seat was like I feel like he was even over exaggerating. I mean, I don't think like if, for example, the baby was there, I don't think the baby would survive because it's a baby. But like, I think he was even over exaggerating how much the car seat has been like ruined or whatever. Like, he kept telling them that like to sort of make everyone think this is a good thing, to get sort of like,
I mean, because
validation that he did the right thing as well.
I mean, because everybody was crying.
Yeah.
Everybody was crying and wallowing over Chris, you know. And it's how it goes in funerals. They would have talked nice things about Chris, you know, how he died young, how he this, how he that. But like, he didn't want to feel that annoyed him. He even said like the whole room was crying and like I was angry at them. That is, honestly, all of those things are fascinating to me. So like, of course, like, and he said like he didn't feel anything. Like, when like, for example, like if I was on a graveyard, you know, and next to me they were burying another human being.
Anyone.
I don't know them. I don't know their age. I don't know who they are. But like, if you hear other people cry and be broken, like, I would cry. You know, like, that would be very painful to see.
You're not
just
a
like that.
sociopath.
He said like hearing them cry and wallow and all of it, like he didn't feel anything, any sadness. Like, even when his wife broke down, he didn't feel anything. He was just annoyed. That tells you everything you need to know about where he is.
Yeah, I think he also just despised Chris because like there was some self-awareness in him. There was some ability to recognize who Chris's father was. Like, when he told Tony like he was just a junkie or whatever, he was able to do something that Tony never could, like accept some things that Tony could never do. And he, I'm sure, hated him for it. And I think he always hated when Chris tried to do something or be someone else or try to change, because he doesn't let anyone else change, because then that would talk about his own inability to do something that he could do but doesn't want to. He dragged Janice down, he dragged Chris down. He's just a black hole that sucks everything in and then spits it back out. I think that also like added to the some type of like resentment that he felt towards Chris. And then he went off because he didn't want to like listen to anyone else. He went off to Vegas, and like in many ways that feels like, and he went there alone to do drugs and to gamble and like
to visit Chris's
girlfriend,
ex-girlfriend or something.
I don't even know how to begin to like unpack why he did that. Also, like, was he not looking at his wife weirdly at some certain points? Chris's wife.
What does it mean?
I don't know. He was like looking at her.
When he was, I don't know.
I don't know. There were points where he was looking at her.
I mean,
where
I got
I'm like
that...
thinking, are you looking at her and like thinking that you want to get with her or something?
Well, in my opinion, again, I still don't think he would never be over something like that. He would never be over the fact that like Chris got to be with Juliana, and Juliana said no to him because of Chris. Picked Chris because even after she was already involved with Tony in some ways, you know?
Yeah.
So like in my opinion, like him going to Vegas to visit his girlfriend is like
his way of like
getting
winning.
back to getting back to him.
Even though like he already killed him, but like he wants to like
that's how I got
show
it
himself.
Moment, you know?
Like I don't know.
I was
like,
very angry when she mentioned Chris. You know.
Yeah.
Because like. And he was like, do I fuck like him or something like that?
Yeah.
Again, all of that comes back, at least in my opinion, to Juliana. You know?
I mean, it all comes back to Tony being a pathetic man. There was also an interesting bit, like when he was gambling, when they were high, and like he kept winning. And at that point he said like something along the lines, he's dead, and then just absolutely died laughing. That also, like, that whole sequence of events felt very interesting because, like, he kept winning. And so, like, I don't know, in his mind, is he thinking that, like, the universe is on his side? Because, like, he has done this and he is now winning. So, like, he has done the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what he was thinking about the fact that he kept winning for him to, at that point, like, say, he's dead.
And it seems like he felt
and
relief,
start
in
laughing.
my opinion.
He felt absolutely.
Moment. Like this, Chris was this big thing that was sitting on him, you know, and that's how it seems. And like now when he is winning, maybe.
Yeah, and like he's relieved, and like the universe is again.
It's gonna be
on
all
his
good
side,
now. Yeah, maybe.
Or something. And then at the end, like, he is looking at the sunrise, I want to say.
Yeah, it's sunrise, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was looking at the sunrise, and, like, the light, again, seems like the light from the lighthouse when he was, like, in a coma.
Yeah.
And then he yells, I get it now, or something, I get it. I don't know what that means for him. At that point, I don't know what he is thinking. Like, is he thinking that, I get it, like...
He'll
like the universe is gonna be on his side, like there's gonna be no consequences for his actions, like he has killed someone, he is like winning, and the sun still comes up, like there's no consequences, like he is. I don't know what he meant when he said I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think he fucking got anything, he was high out of his mind, but like
I don't know, and he was laughing at that moment. With 1 second, he made a face like he was about to cry, but like then the scene ended. He wasn't because like I thought like the laugh is gonna switch to crying. That's how it seemed at one point because like he made a face, you know.
Yeah.
But again, then immediately the scene ended. So I have no idea, honestly.
Like, why the fuck would he even cry for? You know what I mean? Like.
No,
what would your tears mean? Like what does those tears?
No, he would not cry for anything. Literally anything. He does not have like if I had thought that like he felt a zero any emotions feeling. No, he does not. The only emotion he feels is about himself, and the only thing that he is thinking about is how this is good for him, or like he could be maybe thinking, oh, should I feel like sad? Should I feel this? Should I feel that? But then he is angry about that. You know, he does not feel anything. So like, you know, he has no feelings about Chris whatsoever.
And I think like that
like,
was
only about himself. Even like in this conversation with Malfi, He was when did he say like something about Carmela, and then he said like, what, I am a bad guy again.
I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember?
No.
I'm an asshole again. Then you said like, you're much more than an asshole.
Oh yeah. I can't remember in what.
I don't know,
context.
but again, just about himself. That is the only person that he ever felt anything for, about himself. Like even when his child is sad, when his child is depressed, he's thinking about himself and what he wants that child to be, not about the reasonings why his child is broken. Nothing about anybody around him.
I think like Melfi has to be looking at him and thinking, I have nothing else to be able to give here. You do not want to change or do anything.
No, I mean, I
like,
think it's a matter of time when she drops him.
Like literally it's the end.
No, I think
like
so
it's the end. Like there is nothing. Like again, you see her growing frustrated with him every fucking episode, but like she doesn't even know everything that we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know how she like processed the information that he tells her, because like everything is a lie.
I think she can notice when something. I think she can notice when something is honest and when something is a lie.
I guess.
So like I think when I think she is frustrated because she knows he's lying.
Yeah.
You know,
or
and
he's
she
not telling the
can't
full
do
truth
anything with the lies.
Yeah.
Like can't help him, can't treat him, can't do anything.
Yeah.
Without, again, too far gone, too late for anything.
Yeah.
Just saying, but like even if she would, she cannot.
Yeah. I think also like one of the last scenes were so appropriate, because like the whole episode had this part of them having to dump what the fuck is it called, asbestos or whatever, some like toxic type of like material, whatever. Like it was going throughout this whole episode, and then by the end, because like nothing was being done, the guy went and like poured it into water,
but like clean water, like clean,
yes,
like everything was so like nature.
Yeah, like, and like that, it's such a perfect analogy as to what Tony is. Yeah, what they do to the world, and like this is a pond or whatever, so like you imagine there could be ducks in it.
No,
he has muddied the waters.
Yeah,
in everything.
I agree. That's what I want to say. This is the least worst thing.
I think, yeah, sure, you can say it like that. I think
the least worst thing apparently that he has done, in my opinion. But like it's just a representation of what he is to this world and how he destroys lives and everything around himself.
Cancer.
I mean, not just him. They all all of them.
Yeah, I mean, we just have
like
the privilege of watching Tony,
so
you
like,
know.
That's
but
just
like,
how it is. I agree.
He is cancer. He is a black hole. He is
absolutely
toxic.
Absolutely.
He is. There is simply nothing good that he brings to this world.
I agree.
He doesn't deserve the air that he breathes.
Yes.
And soon enough, I don't think he's gonna be breathing any air. And there is, God, in episode 19 is called The Second Coming.
The second.
Interesting.
We see what how he affects the world. We see also through his son as well. In this episode, we had scenes with AJ as well, and his like even the therapy sessions.
God, and in those therapy sessions, again, you can really see he does not belong in the world that he's like trying to belong in, because like they have done. I mean, again, AJ is an asshole-ish kid. You know, like he is rude and he is entitled and he is spoiled and all that, like all that exists. He still is not, how do I say it? He's not far gone, you know, because like they have beaten up this kid that with a bike. And like you see in his face that like he feels not fully comfortable with the situation. And then like he later on goes to the therapist and like is thinking like, how can everyone go about their day and think that the world is okay when so many awful things happen, and like why can't we all just get along? And again, the way that he says it or whatever, it can be like, how do I say this? It can seem very childlike, the words that he speaks, but again, I think him saying that tells you how he feels about the situation. And like this can go one of two ways, with one way seeing like 99% more likely is like him with time getting used to this and emotionally worn down by this and like becoming the person that can do such things without blinking, you know, similarly to how like Tony ended up. There's this 1% chance that he doesn't. I don't know how. I legitimately don't know how we could get him out of this environment completely, because like this environment is at his home as well. You know, it's not like at home he has like this good support system. This environment is everywhere around him. So I don't know how to get him away from this. But like, it's not too late. It's really not too late. It's just that I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't know. I kind of see that like we're watching a cycle in my mind. And also like I think his father...
A cycle or a cycle?
Cycle.
Okay.
Yes,
I was like, cycle?
Cycle.
Yeah.
And I think like we're not gonna see I don't know, but I don't expect to see much of a change in next 3 episodes, especially with the last episode where his father is gonna die. At least that's how we think, that his father is gonna die in the last episode. So I don't think there is gonna be much more after Tony dies for us to see, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think that we're gonna even see a big change before that. Like, you can imagine, like, I agree with you, like, it's not too far gone, you know? It's not too late for anything. He's going to therapy sessions. You can see that he's also very, very depressed as well. But I don't know, again, how he's gonna feel as well when big Tony Soprano dies.
Yeah.
I really have no idea. Like, I think it's gonna be left for us to imagine, to think, but at the same time, I kind of see this as a cycle. I don't think we're gonna have any kind of hopeful ending for him. You know what I mean?
God, yeah, no, I think
the
that's
show
most
is gonna,
likely, but I just, there's a smidge of a chance for it not to end this way.
For me, there is no smidge, honestly. Like, you know that, like, I always prefer that option. I would love that option, but like with the show that we are watching, I think it's gonna show us that he's not for this. It's showing us that he's not for this. It's showing us that like he is not evil. It's showing us in every episode that like how he's gonna get to a point. But again, I don't think his storyline is gonna be told. Like, we have only 3 more episodes. 2, the top that can focus on him. Like, the 3rd one is gonna be most about Tony, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah.
So like, I don't think something drastic and dramatic is gonna happen in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I think his story is gonna be left like, we're gonna see, just like for Tony, like, it doesn't say that like Tony was meant for this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's very Chris, definitely not. Mm-mm. Definitely fucking not, you know? But he was stuck, and Tony was stuck. And okay, now Tony is too far gone. His kid is not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think we're gonna, I honestly don't expect a hopeful ending, any kind. From this show, honestly. It's a story, like, you can always, like, when it ends, you can always think, oh, maybe now when Tony's dead, he can escape. But, like, I think even when Tony dies, he's gonna be even more stuck, just like Chris, in some ways.
Yeah, I literally don't know, because, like, a part of me feels like KJ, if Tony dies, I mean, when Tony dies, realistically, in everything would also feel like, I don't know, actually, because like I thought like he would feel relief that like such a presence left, but then everything falls on his back.
Yes.
Like he's not think that like the responsibility falls on him, but like I think with Tony, the entire, because I think everyone falls down, so I would think that the entire operation simply falls down, that the entire mob falls down.
Oh, I don't think
that
so.
Like there would not be anything to inherit.
I don't think so. I don't think he inherit, but he has the name.
Yeah.
And he can not be, we're gonna see him being a boss. I don't think every single person is gonna fall down, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, like the cycle is continuing, just like one bosses are exchanged for the next ones, you know?
Yeah.
And things like that. It's all gonna continue. Tony is gonna fall, but maybe Phil isn't. You know what I mean?
But like Phil is New York.
I understand, but like it doesn't matter. Doesn't the fact that like Tony is now dead or like this is not doesn't mean that like he's gonna go and do honest job, honest work. I honestly even think, like you said, like sure, relief, just like how Chris would feel relief.
Yeah, I think so.
But Chris is stuck as well, and
Yeah.
I think Anthony is gonna be stuck as well, and I think he's been taught to take care. I think it falls on him. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna want to take care of his mother. I think he has been taught this way.
Your mother's a fucking grown woman that should take care of herself.
I don't think that's how he's gonna think.
I know that's not how
I
he's
really
gonna
don't think so.
I don't know. I really like that's the only thing about the show that I don't know how we're gonna end. And that's the only thing I frankly like care about in terms of like that I feel something for this. Like everyone else, again with popcorns, seeing how they fall. But like for him, for AJ, like I feel a lot of sympathy towards. You know, he's a kid. And so like that's the only thing that like I am emotionally invested about, you know, for the end. And I don't know.
I don't know. I somehow lost
I understand.
hope. Really.
God, that's it. We have 3 episodes.
Yes.
What?
God.
In what universe?
God.
This was...
in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Not second to last, but second to last was the strongest episode.
Was it 14?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
God.
is
Ozymandias.
19 gonna be that one for the strong?
I have maybe...
I mean, it has a strong name in my opinion.
The Second Coming.
So.
But like the Second Coming of Christ, but like in what regards do we mean Second Coming? Like...
I don't know.
I don't know.
Gonna have to wait and see next time when we watched.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much
That's
for
it.
watching. We'll see you soon.
Perfect.
Bye.